Right. Well, greetings to you all on this wonderful day, and it's Thursday, January the 19th, and we are coming close to the end of the week here. I trust that you've had a great week. And we've got this weird stuff falling from the sky today. It's white and I'm told it's snow. So we've got some snow coming. It's January and finally getting some snow, and look forward to that. Hopefully you do as well. I guess ready or not, here it is. So if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's still going to be here. So there you go. But welcome to our Power Up today. We had a great time in church last night. Trust that you all did as well, and we had a good time in church with all the young people and everything. So thank you. I want to thank everybody for all you do for the ministry here. Great job, everybody. We're going to be in Job chapter number 21. Job chapter number 21. And as we get into this, we know that Job is now giving a rebuttal speech, if you would. Zophar, one of his friends, was speaking, as we read in Job chapter 20, and now Job kind of defending himself here and in chapter number 21. So let's see what Job has to say. Job 21 and verse 1, but Job answered and said, hear diligently my speech, and let this be your consolations. Suffer me that I may speak, and after that I have spoken, mock on. As for me, is my complaint to man? And if it were so, why should not my spirit be troubled? So Job here asking his friends, okay, guys, listen to what I have to say. He says, listen to me, listen diligently to me in verse number 1, verse number 2. Verse number 3 says, suffer me that I may speak, and after that I have spoken, mock on. He said, guys, just give me a chance to speak, listen carefully to what I have to say. And then in verse number 4, he says, as for me, is my complaint to man. And we know that Job's complaint is not to man. I mean, Job recognizing that what good is it, or what good would it be for him to complain to man who can't do anything about his problems? And man, what a tremendous thought here. I think as people, we are great at complaining about things. We're great at complaining about people. We're great at complaining about situations. But we've got to keep this in mind, that in our life, who is it that can solve the problem? Most of the time, it is only God that can solve the problem that we have, and that's why we go to him in prayer for different things. Because mankind cannot solve our problems, many of our problems. Now, and so the challenge for us is this. Don't complain to people that can't do anything about your situation. What good is the complaint? And so go to the Lord in prayer is what we would say here. And he said, in Job saying, as for me, is my complaint to man? If it were so, why should not my spirit be troubled? And the reason why he's saying this is because, because mankind can't do anything about the situation that I am in. Only God can. He says in verse number 5, mark me and be astonished, and lay your hand upon your mouth. He says, look. He said, mark me. Hey, pay attention. Look at me and look at my situation and see it, and don't be so quick to judge my situation. Say, put your hand on your mouth. Just because you come to a situation doesn't mean that you need to say anything, is what he's telling his friends here. And oftentimes I think in our lives, as we deal with people and as we go through life, we think that, man, when somebody comes and asks us a question or comes to get counsel or comes to us and shares a situation, we think that, oh man, I've got to solve the problem. And that's not true. Sometimes people just need us to listen. And I think that's where Job is at. Job just needs his friends to listen. Honestly, his friends can't solve the problem. His friends are very quick to point out maybe Job's faults, where Job is just desiring, hey, just listen to me. Hey, I need somebody to talk to. He says, even when I remember, I'm afraid, and trembling taketh hold of my flesh. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power. Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. And so Job now is really kind of making this argument. He says, guys, I know that God does judge the wicked. I know that. He says, but your application, applying it to me and my situation, is all wrong. He says, guys, if what I am going through and if what anybody is going through in regards to anything bad that happens is because I'm wicked or because there's something wrong with me, if that's the case, then wherefore do the wicked live? You know, if God judges the wicked for and every bad thing that happens to somebody is God's judgment, then how come the wicked still live? And how come, you look at verse 7, how come they become old? And yea, are mighty in power? How come they're in leadership? And how come they have power? And how come they can rule? If God judges the wicked and every bad thing that happens to somebody is because of the wicked, then how come the wicked continue to prosper? And so I'll tell you this: there are consequences to all of our actions, but bad things, or what we call bad things, can happen to good people. Verse number 8, we see this. Their seed is established in their sight with them, their offspring before their eyes. And so he says, hey, their families are even blessed. How come the wicked's families are blessed? And Job said, hey, I wasn't wicked. I feared God, I eschewed evil, and yet I lost my family. What's the reason there, guys? And if God judges the wicked and every bad thing that happens in somebody's life is because of sin, then how come the wicked, they live life? How come they live a long life? How come they have power? And how come their families are blessed? And then verse number 9, their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of God upon them. If the wicked are judged, how come God doesn't judge the wicked? And how come bad things aren't always happening to the wicked because of their wickedness, because of their sin? If what you're saying is true, that ought not happen to the wicked. They ought not to live life. They ought not to live to be old. They ought not to have power. Their families ought not to be blessed, and their houses ought not to be safe if bad things happen to wicked people. And Job just kind of putting it right in their wheelhouse there, saying, hey guys, come on, think about it here. And then he goes to verse number 10 and describes it a little bit further. Their bull gendereth and faileth not. Their cow calveth and casteth not her calf. He's saying, hey, God, if the wicked are supposed to be judged, then how come they prosper? How come their cattle reproduce and they prosper like that financially because of their cattle and their flocks and so on? Says that doesn't make sense, guys. And Job's saying, guys, what is happening to me then is not because of some wickedness that I'm hiding. It's evidenced. If the wicked aren't constantly being judged for their deeds, then why am I being judged for my wickedness? And Job's saying, I'm not a wicked individual. And sometimes bad things happen to good people. And we need to, and as we think about that, and maybe you've had this question, how come good things happen? How come bad things happen to good people? And sometimes you get that question. Maybe you think that sometimes. The reality of our life situations, that we live in a sin-cursed world. Because of sin, bad things will happen. And sometimes bad things do happen to good people. Not because of their sin, but just because of the curse of sin. And because of the curse of sin, there's sickness, there's disease, there's death, there's heartache, and that's a part of our sin nature. Not necessarily because somebody has done something wrong, they go through a heartache and a trial, but you know what? It's a sin-sick world. And really, man, count it as an opportunity, okay? When you're going through the trial, the heartache, the bad thing maybe, count yourself and be joyous in the fact that God has counted you worthy to suffer, and that God loves you enough to bring you through some affliction, some trial, to invest and teach you and to train you for what's coming next in your life. And I know that's easy to say, but man, count yourself privileged to go through trials. It's easy to say. I know it's hard to go through, but to think that God would spend his time on you personally, say, hey, I'm going to allow this individual to go through this situation because I've got something better for them at the end. And the challenge for us is, will we come forth as gold? Will we come forth as gold? That is such a great truth there. It's such a great thing to practice, to have that Spirit of God. Okay, man, I'm going through some heartache. I'm going through some bad things. And it serves as a time to, hey, let's search our life. Man, is there anything in my life that would bring about the judgment of God upon my life? And if so, hey, let's confess that sin. And if not, let's thank God. God, thank you for choosing me. Now, God, strengthen me. Now, God, give me understanding. Give me wisdom. God, give me what I need. Teach me as I go through this. Man, what a tremendous and unique opportunity. Okay, we're going to end there. And we'll pick up at verse number 11 tomorrow. Okay, verse number 11 tomorrow. Thank you so much for being on today. Let's greet everybody who's watching this morning live, and I hope that you all have a great day today and enjoy that snow as it falls down, if it's snowing where you are at. Brian and Cindy, good morning to you. Hope you guys have a great day. Brett, thank you so much for watching and being on. Good morning to you. Ingrid, good morning. Love you. Have a great day. Cliff and Karen, thank you for being on. And Charlie and Marcia, good morning to you. Jody, good morning to you, and greetings from the east to the west. Lynette, greetings to you from the north to the south. Lead Angie family, good morning to you. Jean, good morning to you. And I don't know about you. I know you're a little bit south in southern Michigan. They're a little bit from us. But man, if it's going to be this cold, I'd rather have it snow than rain. And so, but have a good day. Anyways, enjoy the rainy day. And thank you also for that second comment there, Barnett's. And thank you so much for your constant encouragement there. All right, let's sign off for today. I did not say it at the beginning, so be sure and share our Power Up if you haven't done so already, so that others can listen in and be a part of our Power Up family. All right, Lord bless you all. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day, and have a great Friday as well, and weekend as we look forward to that coming up. We'll be back tomorrow at 8:30.